Okay, we have a Bell+Howell Triburst LED light sent in from a customer. We haven't heard of these before, but I guess these are extremely popular lights. Very, very bright LED lights. A customer told me this thing lights up his whole garage. He swears by them. He's bought several of them. I guess there's some kind of lifetime warranty on these units, which means there's a surplus of broken units, apparently. I guess on eBay or wherever. But in any case, customer wants this fixed. So that's what we're going to do today. So looks like there's Phillips screws on the back, so we're going to take these out. Now, customer complained his unit is dead, so the light doesn't light up at all. You turn it on and just nothing. So there's probably some sort of protection within the light, thermistor or something like this, to protect it from overheating. So basically, if it gets too hot, something opens up or something blows, like a fuse or something like that, to prevent fires. You know, overheating could lead to fires, which isn't good. So let's see what we got here. Got a big cap. We're probably going to want to discharge that guy so we don't get bit by it, as they say. I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to take anything conductive, handle non-conductive, obviously, and I'm going to short the 2 leads of that cap. In fact, I can't fit that in there, so let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. Board is just friction fit in there, so we're going to go ahead and discharge this capacitor. So it's discharged. Sometimes you might get a big zap coming off there. But no, we are discharged. We're good. Just for good measure, we'll discharge the other caps. It's rough getting shocked by AC, but getting shocked by DC doesn't feel good. It bites hard. So, okay. Let's just take a quick visual inspection of this. Yeah, so here we go. Let's see if I can get this under the microscope. Let's take these off. I don't know if I can get this under the microscope or not. Might be kind of tough here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. So there we go. You see that crack in that component right there? That's a thermistor, like I was talking about. Right there. Look at that. Okay. So here we go. This is an NTC thermistor. So what does this component do? As I said, it's part of the protection mechanism in the circuit. Basically, an NTC thermistor changes resistance depending on temperature. So ambient temperature would have a certain resistance. As soon as the heat of the device goes up, there's more heat applied, and more heat applied happens by more current flowing through the device. More current flowing through the device is more power. Power is heat. So as heat increases, resistance decreases. They're inversely proportional on an NTC device. Inversely proportional. A PTC device, which is another temperature sensing device, is the opposite. It's directly proportional. PTC, as heat increases, resistance increases. So similar devices, but actually completely opposite how they change depending on heat applied to the device. So I figured that this was going to be the issue on this light. So I went ahead and ordered replacement NTC thermistors ahead of time. So we have them here. Actually, I already took one out. There's one right there. And what I'd like to do is just test my theory that NTC thermistors resistance decreases as heat increases. We can pretty easily test that. We have a hot air workstation. We have a meter. It's pretty much all we need to test that. So let's go ahead and do it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's try it. Let me change the camera view here. Okay, so camera view is changed. So hopefully you can see this now. I'm just going to move all this out of the way. We're going to repair this in a sec. Let's just check out this thermistor real quick. Let me get some clip leads. Oh, I need to buy some more clip leads, I think. Well, I'll steal my power supply clip leads. Okay, so polarity doesn't matter because we're checking resistance, so it's not polarity sensitive. So let's see what the ambient temperature is. Okay. The ambient temperature, just meaning the way the device is right now, I'm not applying any external heat at the moment. Not applying anything. Let's get this in view here. Of course, you can barely see the thing. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. With no external heat applied, we're at 5.6 ohms, which makes sense because I don't know if you could see that. Let me see. Can we see in here? Okay. So look at this. So right from Mauser, the specs are on the package. So 5 ohms at 3 amps. It's NTC, okay. So there you go. It says right there. You see that? Negative temperature coefficient. So it's inversely proportional. Well, let's test it. So we're actually increasing 5.8 ohms. That probably is because the shop right now is a little bit cooler. So let's see. So as we apply heat, resistance is going to go down. If it gets colder, resistance goes up. So the shop is a little bit cooler, resistance is going up. So let's try this heat gun real quick. I think I have it set to around 220, 221C. Okay, ready? Look at that. Look at that. 3 ohms, 2, 2.5, 2, 1, 1.5. Now let's take the heat away, and the resistance should start climbing. Now let's throw some alcohol on it, cool it off faster. It's climbing up. So there you go. It's inversely proportional. As you apply heat, resistance goes down. So the rest of the circuit is designed in a way where this property of this NTC protects the rest of the circuit. Okay, so let's take this off here. This is our component that we're going to replace the defective one with. Put our meter back over here. And we're going to get the light back on the bench here. And we're going to remove that defective NTC thermistor. I'm going to try to do this under the microscope if I can. Okay. I'm going to heat up some of this RTV or this silicone that they used on here. Make it come off a little easier. Okay, let's throw a little flux on here. Turn on our iron. I'm going to initially add some solder to this. There's probably unleaded solder in there, so I'll add some solder to bring down the melting point of the existing solder. Do the same on this one. Try to get some of that junk off there. There. This is not great for a soldering tip, but we'll clean it after. And as you can tell, the wire for the socket came off, so we're gonna put that back on. But we'll put that back on after we get the thermistor out. Just use some solder wick. Okay. Now on this side. Sometimes you get some solder that's a little difficult to get out. So what I do is I just add more solder to it, just flood it. A lot of the times that helps. Sometimes, if you have some trouble, sounds crazy, but if you add some solder to the wick, it'll help suck that solder right up, which it did right there. Perfect. Okay, so now we should be good to go. We're going to yank out well, guys, it helps if you desolder the correct device. If you look on the back, we desoldered part of the NTC. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Too close. Let's see. What we did is we desoldered only one side of the thermistor. So let's go ahead and pay attention to what we're doing this time around, and let's resolder this. Okay, and let's make sure I'm on the right spot. Yeah, okay. This is the guy we want to resolder, right there. Or I'm sorry, desolder. So let's do that. Okay. And this thing just basically came apart. So, in order to go, part of the lead is, part of one lead's right here. The thing just exploded in pieces. In any case, okay, let's clean up these pads here. Get some flux on here. Clean these up, make them look nice. Okay, that's good. Beautiful. Oh, there it is. The other part didn't fall out yet, so. Look at that. That's the old one, as opposed to the new one. Okay, let's get this guy out of here. Let's install the new thermistor. What you can do is you can give these leads a little bend here, keep them in place. Okay. There we go. We're going to clip the rest of those leads off. Done. We're going to get this lead back on here. I'm going to tin it first. Good. There we go. So let's clean up this flux here. Use a heat gun, sort of just dry off that isopropyl alcohol a little bit. And then I'm actually going to take some high temp hot glue and put it on there to keep that in place. Okay, this job is done. Let's test it. Let's change the camera view here real quick. I'm just gonna throw 2 screws in it just for testing real quick, because if we have to take it back apart. Let's see. Okay. Well, guys, I think it works. Wow, are those bright? Whew. Crazy, crazy. So it looks like, if anybody's interested in repairing these, it looks like a fairly doable do-it-yourself job if you're familiar with soldering, comfortable with electronic components and voltage. Just be careful. I mean, there's some 400 volt caps in there, or a 400 volt cap, large cap, that will bite you if you're not careful. Make sure you discharge all caps when you open up something like this. If you're comfortable doing this kind of job, by all means. If you're not, we do all kinds of work. I mean, small things like light bulbs, big things like custom intense projects that, you know, that might have all kinds of specifications. Shoot us an email, rudolphrepairs@gmail.com. We'll be happy to talk to you, no matter how big or small the job is. If it needs to be repaired, we'll repair it. And if we can't repair it, we don't charge labor. So obviously it's in our best interest, it's in your best interest that we repair your devices. And that's what we did here today. So www.rudolphrepairs.com, rudolphrepairs@gmail.com. Look forward to fixing some stuff for you guys. Reach out if you have any questions. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.